What's up with it? You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. There he go talking that boxing again. And you already know how we do. When you step in the building, let me know where you coming from. Put in your name and I'm gonna give your city a shout out. Give some people some time to let them know I'm on. Get these little notifications out. Sporting Advantage, what's good with it, family? And like I said, when you step in the building, tap in that comment section. Let me know you in the building. Let me know where you coming from. What's good with it? What's good with it, Ralph? Off in the building. Yeah, we gonna cook today. Let me see. Daryl Ford off in the building from that 520. Tank Nation, what's good with it? Leonard Ellaby's nose. He said Leonard Ellaby the face of boxing. Where you been at, Leonard Ellaby's nose? I ain't seen you in here in a minute. Money Brown TV, salute Money Brown. Everybody that's in here right now, I know we just getting started, but subscribe to the partner Money Brown TV. You know what I'm saying? That boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, like Errol Spence say. Give me a minute. Let me get some of these notifications out. Yes, sir. Like I say, we got a lot to talk about. But G May's off in the building. Yeah, and everybody, when you come in the building, smash that like button. Hit the comment section. Let me know where you coming from and smash that like button. Yes, sir. Who all got to catch them fights on Thursday? You know what I'm saying? I only got to watch the Adam Lopez fight. To tell y'all the truth, I still didn't even get to watch the main event yet. How was that fight on Thursday? Tap in the comment section. Let me know before we get the show started. And like I said, I'm gonna be getting the show started real soon. I'm just giving a little bit more time for some people to get these notifications, and we gonna get it popping. We're gonna get it started off. Jay Cooley off in the building. What's good? Let me see. Graham Cattell, what's good with it? He said, bro, did you see what BFTV said about you last night? I thought you two were good. Man, shut up, dog. BFTV ain't said nothing about me last night. Don't come up, man. Come on now, dog. Come up in here trying to start that bullshit. BFTV, that's my guy. Here y'all go with that bullshit. Jay Cooley off in the building from that Omaha. What's popping? Sporting Advantage says, coming from that 850 legend, legends like that Pensacola. Okay, you coming from that Pensacola. Legends like Roy Jones Jr., Derek Smoke Gaynor, Derek Brooks, Emmitt Smith, and Reggie Evans. That's what it is. Ralph Estrada says Lopez was a good fight. He says I had it a draw, but no argument for me on the decision. So I did watch the Adam Lopez fight. Man, he wasn't talking about me. Graham Carterell, BFTV wasn't talking about me. I don't even know what you're talking about Kenny Bayless. You got me mixed up with somebody else. Like I said, BFTV, that's my guy. Solid. He's solid. That's my guy. He wasn't talking about me. I never said nothing about Kenny Bayless. I've never even spoke or did a show on Kenny Bayless at all. So, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, like I said, Ralph, I thought that Adam Lopez won that. I thought that Lopez won that fight. I thought he was having a problem being pressured in the beginning, but he changed his game up, He changed the game up. You dig what I'm saying? He changed his whole he went to plan B, and he started boxing and moving and sticking that jab. And from that point on, to me, he pretty much had it in the bag. Oh boy, he was fighting, start coming back, towards the end, but by that time it was too late. I think Lopez had put enough rounds in the bag to, clearly win. And hit my like button. If you in the building, hit my like button. And Money Brown, I'll shoot you that link. And then, you can hop on whenever you get ready. You always welcome on. Adrian off in the house. He said, coming all the way from Australia. What's up with it? Let me see who else in the building. Like I said, if you watching, if you in the building, tap in the comment section, and we just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get the show started. So, matter of fact, before I get the show started, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna send Money Brown this link so he could tap in, whenever he get ready to tap in on the show. Give me one quick second. Hold on. So, okay, there you go, Money. The link has been sent. Let me see. Tank Nation says Blue Nose looked good when he started boxing on the outside. Yeah, he did. And like I said, I'm gonna go back and watch them fights tonight. I just haven't had a chance to watch them. He said Jesse Maldonado tried to punk out. Yeah, see, I gotta see. I don't even know what you're talking about, Money. Like I said, I gotta go. I don't even know who won that main event because I made it my point not to look at who won the fight because I want to go and see. I want to still be able to go see the fight and watch it like it's new. I don't want to know the outcome of it. Sporting Advantage says he fought like a gym rat. Jared, he said, what's Gary talking about? Who Gary? Man, I don't know what he's talking about. He got me mixed up with somebody else. Like I said, I don't know what he's talking about. BFTV, that's my guy. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and hit my like button. if you in the building, if you on Facebook or if you on YouTube, whatever one, you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Everything boxing and sports. Now let's go ahead and get into it. So me and my boy, me and my boy, he in here watching right now. We was kind of going back and forth. My boy Ralph, we was talking about who is the face of boxing. Who is the face of boxing? For a while, ever since Mayweather left out of the sport, as of active boxers, it was Canelo. You know what I'm saying? It was Canelo. It was Canelo. Canelo it's been the face of boxing, and but right now I think the tables are turning, tides are changing. My boy, he had a point. Okay, this is his point. He says that he thinks Canelo is the face of boxing because, let me read y'all his comment, my boy Ralph. Let me read y'all his comment. Let me find his comment, and then let me know if y'all agree that Canelo is still the face of boxing. And if not, why not? I don't think that Canelo's the face of boxing right now, but check it out. So this is what my boy said. He says Canelo's the face of boxing. He says he's pound for pound number one. He says he's the top money maker, and he a 4-division champ, and he has the top resume in boxing. Now, he got some good points. I can't argue that, the points because that he said. But the thing is, to me, is I don't think that Canelo is no longer the face of boxing. This is my opinion. It's because when we talking back and forth about boxing, right? When we talking about these big fights and what's going on in boxing, nobody's really talking about Canelo anymore. Yeah, Canelo has the biggest contract in boxing. That's not an argument. Everybody knows that, but to me, it doesn't seem like if you in these boxing groups, if you on YouTube, boxing podcasts or whatever it may be, Canelo's not really the talk of boxing no more. The face of boxing, I think it's changing. When you think about the face of boxing, when I think about the face of boxing right now, it's three or four guys that really come to my head. You know what I'm saying? It's Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and then you could throw Bud Crawford in there. So, 4 guys. Let me bring in my partner, Money Brown. He get a lot of money. What's good with it, Money Brown?
What's good with it, big bro? You better put Errol Spence on that list.
I did.
Oh, I ain't even heard Errol now. I'm finna say,
no. I put EJ. I said Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Errol Spence. I said, and you could even put Bud Crawford in there. I think that's what I said. If that's not what I said, that's what I meant to say. But those are the guys that people are really talking about. But like I said, if you go along with my partner said, my boy Ralph, if you go along with what he said, well, then he has a point. If that's your definition, so I think it just all comes down to what is your. I think I said Anthony Joshua too, Money. So I might have did leave Errol Spence. I didn't mean Errol Spence is definitely one of them. But if you go by the definition of what my partner Ralph is saying, right? He makes a good point. Okay, he's saying Canelo's pound for pound number one. You could argue Canelo's arguably pound for pound number one. All right, he's the top money maker. Ain't no argument with that. He a 4-division champ. Ain't no argument with that. And he does have the top resume in boxing. If you argue with that, it really is not no argument because he do got the top resume in boxing right now, right? So if that's your definition, well, he got a point, right? But people got different definitions. My definition, right, of the face of boxing is, who are the first people that come to my head. Who's the most talked about in boxing right now? Who's the hottest, the hottest fighters in boxing that's always being talked about on these shows, in these groups, or whatever it may be? And it's not Canelo. So before I get to my partner Money Brown, let him cook on this situation. Let me get through some of y'all comments because I see you in the comments. Let me see. Jared, like I said, I don't even know what dude talking about. BFTV ain't never said nothing about me negative. He got me mixed up with somebody else. And dude is just, I don't know if he's trying to instigate, but that don't work over here. We don't do that over here. Let me see. I can't even say your name, but I'll say your last name. Raheem says Anthony Joshua is the face of boxing. Okay, we got one Anthony Joshua. Sporting Advantage said this dude Jared messes with a lot of boxing groups. He's just trying to be the best boxing talk. Oh yeah, well I ain't that is it is what it is. Anybody really paying attention to none of that. We all men, BFTV is solid dude. We don't do that, we don't do all that. We don't fuck all that. All that's trolling to me.
Yeah, we got real connections to each other. So
we talk to each other, off the scene. So if there was anything, I would have been in know. Mr. Reyes J says, what has Nello done for us lately? Please don't mention Kovalov. Okay, you got a point. Joseph Jackson says his fights are suspect somehow, some way. Jay Cooley says, fact, not till he cleared out 160. He said he can't be. G May says it's Spence. Let me see. Raheem says it's Joshua and Crawford. Lowland Prophet says Wilder's the face of boxing. Okay, here go my partner Ralph, who I was actually talking about. He says Crawford is great talent, but hasn't beaten the top 3 welterweight yet. That's and that's a fact. Glenn Chatter says, what's going on with you, man? Welcome in. G May says everybody waiting on EJ, and that's a fact. And then Raheem says, yeah, but the top 3 won't fight him. So like I said, my definition of the face of boxing is basically who is everybody talking about, whether it's on a sporting network like ESPN or Fox, if it's on YouTube channels, if it's on, Facebook or Instagram, whatever platform it may be. Who are the fighters that you think about? Who are the fighters that you going and checking on and waiting for news to come out every day? And right now, as of myself, and I don't see nobody really talking about, Canelo like that, So go ahead and what's your take on this? Who's the face of boxing? What's your take on this? Mo Beam off in the building. What's good with it? How do we get shirts and hats? I'll be coming out with that soon, and I'll let everybody know. So, what's your take on this, Money?
So my guy rapper Strada Avena, I kind of feel him. I know where he's coming from because Canelo was carrying that torch for a minute. I'm a big Canelo fan myself, Rap. So at the end of the day, I feel like Golden Boy did him a disservice, taking him to the zone. You know what I mean? Because pay-per-view used to play a big role of who was the face of boxing as well. You know what I'm saying? So when Canelo used to do pay-per-view on motherfucking Cinco de Mayo and on the Mexican holidays and shit like that, he got a lot of love, bro. And now by him being on the zone, it do kind of diminish him a little bit, in my opinion, how they moving him as well. You know what I'm saying? For as him being solid and going on pay-per-view and to see what them numbers looking like. You know what I mean? But I don't think too many people like separating themselves away from the pack, like you say, Keon. It all depends on what you're looking for, though. You know what I mean? I might still edge into Canelo, man, because of, like we're saying, Canelo like he is known. He is known. But on the other hand, like you saying, Keon, who are you like right now? Maybe the biggest people talking about Anthony Joshua and fucking Tyson Fury fight. That's because it's on ESPN and they shove it in your face. But it's all about the anticipation and who you want to see and things like that. And everybody know when Errol Spence get into that ring with Danny Garcia, everybody go watch. You know what I mean? So, and another thing, Deontay Wilder, when he come back to fight Tyson Fury, everybody go watch. So it's like everything really a toss-up, bro. It's kind of like the fucking pound for pound list, you know what I mean? But for saying the face of boxing, you could make an argument for a couple fighters, like you say, bro. Anthony Joshua, we know what he did, what he doing over there in fucking over in the UK, how he's selling out 80,000. You know what I'm saying? Just helping bring the heavyweight division back. I give Anthony Joshua credit for helping bring the heavyweight division back as well. Him and Wilder did their thing, bringing it back. So, you know, he got the big name. They're looking at the numbers and shit like that. We got Deontay Wilder, who we know, if America was really standing behind him 10 toes like they should, without a doubt, it would have been Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't a lot of haters and a lot of motherfuckers hating on what he's doing and what he stand for, being outspoken for his people and what he's standing on, you know what I mean? Because in America, the heavyweight champion of the world is everything for real. But we know he got his hate coming from his own people and he got his hate coming from other people because of the dislike for him, or just people make it like they hate him, but they hate his fan base. You know what I mean? So that kind of discredit. I ain't gonna say discredit. Why they kind of take away from him a little bit, but nonetheless, he's still one of the biggest fucking stars in boxing. You know what I mean? And I can't put Terrence Crawford on the list. As much as I rock with Bud, you know what I'm saying? Bud just ain't standing out like that. You know what I'm saying? We know what he is, the pound for pound. We can say the pound for pound king to some people. You can say the top three won't fight him, but you got Sean Porter want to fight him. He won't try to make that happen. But when other things locked up on the table, you can't fault other people. You know what I mean? So you look at Errol Spence, bro, and Errol, I think he's the most anticipated right now. You know what I'm saying? When people talk about Errol Spence, everybody waiting to see. It don't matter if it's Danny Garcia or a smaller motherfucker tune-up. Everybody is waiting to see what Errol Spence look like. And then we look at Errol coming off 2 back-to-back pay-per-views, then going on a 3rd pay-per-view. That's only making them more bigger, bro. And if he get that Manny Pacquiao fight before turns Bud Crawford, or if Bud get it, that can do him some justice. But if he get that Manny Pacquiao fight and take that 3rd belt, then we got to be talking about Errol Spence as the face of boxing, bro. But still right now, I might just slightly edge it to Canelo still. Just on the fact, like you say, notoriety, the fights he fought, you know what I mean? We know the Mexican people go rally behind his ass like they should, how black people should rally behind motherfucking Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence and things like that. But still, just on that playing field, when you mention Canelo name, you said a lot of people ain't checking for him, but a lot of motherfuckers go watch him at the same time, though. So I might edge it to Canelo. And like you say, Anthony Joshua right there. You got Errol Spence, and you can throw Tyson
Fury. You can't forget him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can throw Tyson Fury in the mix, regardless of what we want to say about him. That motherfucker probably the hottest talked about right now. You know what I'm saying? And Errol Spence. So that's how I look at it, bro. So I go Canelo, Joshua, Fury, Wilder, Spence. You can pick it out of those two, but I still slightly edge it to Canelo myself.
Okay. Salute to World Combat Sports. Everybody go subscribe to World Combat Sports. I mean, he do great shows, great content, and he really out here. He really out there in the fields. You know, so everybody go check out my man Scotty White from World Combat Sports. So salute to you. Let me get through some of these comments. Let me see what y'all talking about.
Salute the World Combat Sports too. Shout out to you, bro.
My boy Mo Bean, he said, what about Pacquiao? He said Pacquiao still fight. Yeah, but I mean, you see, this is the thing. It just all depends on what your definition of the face of boxing. I'm gonna get into that more. Let me get through some of y'all comments. Let me see. Adolf says, Tyson Fury is the face of boxing. Obviously, best heavyweight equals the face of boxing. Jay Cooley says, how the hell is Crawford the face of boxing? And most people hear it because Jay Cooley from Omaha. He said most people here in Omaha don't even fucking know what division he fight in. He says they want him to fight Tank and shit. He said, get the fuck out of here. They want him to fight. Hey, man, I mean, I ain't out there in Omaha, so I mean, you know better than I do. Tank Nation says, say Canelo still, but he say Canelo is still, but he about to lose that title soon. Most popular heavyweight ranking. He said most popular heavyweight ranking. He said ESPN ranked Wilder #1. Can't really get more biased. I haven't seen that. Everything I've seen is Fury was ranked #1. Let me see. Glenn Chatter says Billy Joe Saunders, awesome talent, beats Canelo. I highly doubt that. I got to disagree with you on that. I think Canelo beats the shit out of Billy Joe Saunders. Joseph Jackson says good point on pay-per-view. I think he's talking about what Money said. Sporting Advantage says people won't read ESPN has Fury and picks Wilder. I haven't seen that. But we'll get back to that. Gary says, wow, man, I don't understand why you guys stick up for Wilder, but wow, man, he should have been protesting instead of hiding behind Instagram. He says he staged message. I was out there, man. Where was he? I'm LDBC. Gary, first of all, Wilder don't have to be out there. Wilder is the only one that stuck up, you know what I'm saying, and was front line on everything that's going on before anybody was saying anything. It was Wilder and Kaepernick. You dig what I'm saying? It wasn't no other athletes really that was, you know what I'm saying, especially in boxing. If you want to go boxing, ain't no other athlete spoke up in boxing besides Wilder. And after Wilder did it, then Errol Spence, he spoke up and talked about it a little bit. So I don't look at Wilder and say that, whatever he doing is what he doing. But Wilder, he already played a big part of putting it out there, when nobody else would want to talk about it. Nobody. All these other fighters were scared, and he played a big part and put it out there. So, you got to respect Wilder for that. You got to respect Wilder.
Let me tell you, y'all.
He took all the heat. All the heat.
Gary Demore, whatever your name is, too much LDBC. I never heard of you being LDBC, so I need somebody to confirm that. But at the end of the day, bro, if you saying you LDBC, and if you're a black man, you should already understand, bro. You talking about you don't know why we take up for Wilder. That's what I mean by Wilder not getting full support from his own fucking people. You know what I mean? So by you even saying that shit, bro, it's like a slap in the face. You know what I mean? Because if you really knew what was going on, you knew that man been standing up for his people. Go continue to stand up for his people and put on his fucking shirt to this day and still have messages for his people. So you can stop that, bro. That's what I mean. You trying to divide instead of bring together, man. We ain't even on that right now, but we know what Wilder doing. All the real ones know what Wilder doing. We know what type of hit he taking for standing up for his people. We know how he getting blackballed for standing up for his people. So by you just making that statement, man, it just shows where you at, bro. It just shows where you at. And we ain't on none of that bullshit, bro. So you can take that message and take that shit elsewhere, bro, because it ain't gonna ride her, man. Go ahead, Keon, bro.
Okay, yeah, straight up. Canelo, my boy Mo says Canelo #1. Let me see. Scotty White says salute to the panel, salute to you. Sporting Advantage says legit. He says went to Chicago streets. You get the TO. He said read before spewing hate. Mo Bean says what about Manny? I read that one already. Ronald Finkley off in the building. Salute to Ronald Finkley. He says Deontay Wilder is still the face of boxing. He says for true boxing enthusiasts. I feel you. I think that it's Deontay Wilder. I believe it's Wilder, but it's like to me, I'm kind of like it. To me, honestly, right now, it's Wilder, Fury, and this is in no particular order: Wilder, Fury, and Errol Spence. If you got to narrow down the three, to me, it's Wilder, Fury, and Errol Spence. And the only reason I say that is because my definition of the face of boxing might be different than Money Brown's. It's different than my boy Ralph. You know what I'm saying? It might be different than your definition. So it just depends on what your definition is. That's why when you make a statement and say, oh, well, this is the face of boxing. Well, you got to do like we doing. You got to, explain why you making that statement or why you feel that way. You dig what I'm saying? So the reason I feel that way is because when you think of pay-per-views, when you think of who's getting talked about all of the time, when you think about who's getting checked on, who's going, to whatever, who going on YouTube, who going on Facebook, who they checking on. And the fighters that they checking on, to me, the most is those 3 fighters that I just named. I don't hear too much about, Canelo right now, but Canelo is making the most money. Canelo does have a whole country behind him. But the thing with Canelo is like, I don't know, who is he gonna fight next? I think that I think a big part with Canelo star dwindling down a lot is they put him on the Zone app, which is failing. Everybody knows the Zone is failing, okay? And also, people want to really see him fight somebody other than a Billy Joe Saunders. They want to see him fight Charlo. That's the fight that everybody want to see. They want to see him fight maybe somebody like a David Benavidez. So, I just don't think Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders I really don't think too many people getting too excited about that. Even fans in the UK, and I don't even see the UK fans, too enthused about that. I mean, they probably excited, but I don't see them too enthused about that. So that's just how I feel. Like I said, that's just my opinion. Ronald Finkley says Wilder pay-per-views, just like Clarissa Shields. He says does big numbers. UK 770,000 UK. He says buys 3 years ago. Wilder, man. What Wilder came up when everybody doubted him. Let me see. Ronald Finkley says Dead Zone got me uninterested how the match fighters how they match he said Dead Zone. He says got him uninterested on how they match fighters up. Dog says Canelo versus Munguia. He says Munguia would get smoked. That's what Adrian Jones said. Man, that's not even a competitive fight. Canelo will beat the dog shit out of Jaime Munguia. So like I said, that's my opinion on that whole situation when we talk to Face of Boxing. Hit my like button, okay? Hit my like button. It don't take no time to hit the like button. Go on YouTube if you're not watching on YouTube. Go on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Everything Boxing and Sports, okay? And also go on YouTube and subscribe to Money Brown TV. He had let him know about the interviews that you had. You know what I'm saying? Take a quick intermission here, and then we're gonna get back to the discussion. But Money Brown, since you on here, let him know about the show that interviews that you had, who you had on your show this week.
Man, we had Corey Spinks on a situation with 5-time champion Corey Spinks, and we had a 7-time national champion, the young up and coming star. He's 17. My little guy, Sam Honor the third, but he finna have sparring with damn, what's my dude name? Austin Trout coming up in 2 weeks and things like that though. But y'all going over there, man. We got a numerous interviews, man, with fucking Calvin Ford, Tevin Former, Corey Spinks, Kevin Newman, just the up and coming fighters. You know what I'm saying? Buddy McGirt. So it's a nice thing, you know what I'm saying? So y'all might, appreciate the channel, man. So subscribe, show some love, and make sure y'all subscribe to Everything Boxing, man. One of the best that's doing it, bro. Out on the front line. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We coming, man. We working and we coming, bro. And to my dude that say why I'm hating on a fellow black, I'm not hating on you, bro. You hating on a brother. You hating on Deontay Wilder, bro. I'm not hating on you. Why is you hating on Wilder? My guy Gary. It ain't no hate towards you. I mean, you get what you put out, bro. You get what you put out. You know what I'm saying? You talking about Wilder, why we riding for Wilder? That's like a no-brainer, bro. Who do he stand for? What he stand for? He talking about his mess. Like, you ain't even appreciating the message that he giving out. You so much just down in the message, you ain't even listening to the message, bro. Y'all want to make fun of it, but listen to the words that he's saying and really understand what he's saying, bro. Like Keon say, He been standing for the cause when it wasn't popular. You understand? Like Kaepernick, when it wasn't popular. And now every motherfucker want to stand for the cause now. Oh, everybody, I'm on front line. I'm doing this. It's easy to go out there and protest and ride. You know what I'm saying? And I salute everybody that's protesting and riding because we need every voice. But don't make it because you coming out and saying something now. You know what I'm saying? Was you doing it back then? You know what I'm saying? Was you standing on your square back then? That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? Or is it because it's popular now with George Floyd and everybody getting a little recognition off of it? You know what I mean? So don't make it like you saying, oh, I've been on front line and things like this. Because in the beginning, everybody went on front line, homie. Everybody went on front line. And Wilder was doing it when it wasn't cool. So just know your facts, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like Wilder did it when everybody else was scared and tucking their tails and scared to do it. Mm-hmm. Right. Errol Spence followed right behind him, got on that panel and talked about it when nobody else was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can name the fighter. I mean, you can name the fighters that, took the front line and would talk about these things. Clarissa Shields is another one. Nobody else was doing that. So, and Wilder was, is the main face of the main one that was doing it. And that's why he's hated to this day, to this day. That's why, he's hated like that. People don't want to talk about racism and, racial injustice and everything that goes on, especially when it comes to boxing. I've been talking about that shit before I even had a live, before I was doing anything. I was on Facebook talking about it. And every time I would bring it up and talk about it, they want to block me out of the groups, saying I was race baiting, saying it doesn't exist in boxing. But that didn't stop me. You know what I'm saying? You could block me, do everything you want to. You dig what I'm saying? But now it's okay to talk about it. Now because everybody talking about it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it ain't race bait. No, you know what I'm saying? Because it's cool. Everybody, no, I was been doing that. You know what I'm saying? I have been doing that. So let me see what y'all talking about in the comment section. I see y'all in the comment.
And let me tell you, I'm a victim of police brutality, bro. So when motherfuckers do that, right? So, and that's what I'm saying. We live this shit. I got two cousins. One got his head blew off by the police, and the other one got killed by them hitting his fucking car, pushing him into a bus, talking about he trying to get away. So it's like we witness different shit with them. So it's different with us, bro. So when people stand up for the cause, we really appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta know y'all facts and who y'all be talking to, bro.
Right, exactly. He a victim of it. I'm a victim of it. So I mean, we know you know what I'm saying? We know about this firsthand. Let me see. Jimbo Fisher says Spence is the king of boxing right now. He says hands down. Ronald Finkley says Wilder on the course with Floyd Mayweather numbers 3 pay-per-views. Yeah, if Wilder, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Wilder going here and beat Fury in this third fight, it's a wrap. It's a wrap because Wilder, if he do that, his next fight, if everything is back to normal, Wilder might make more than what Floyd did, or just as much. Let me see what else. Ralph says, with all due respect, he says this pandemic has hurt boxing in the biggest way possible. All big fights in the second half of the year were scratched. He says we might not see them because fans in the stands are a big part of the revenue. That's facts, Ralph. I agree with you. I hope you're wrong, but you big facts. World Combat Sports says, is PBC taking it on the chin? And it's crazy, World Combat Sports, because this was a topic that I didn't put in the I didn't put on there, but this is the topic that I actually wanted to touch on. And I touched on it a little bit, but I want to touch on it more. So World Combat Sports says, is PBC taking it on the chin? As Top Rank is hosting cards actively, he says, to jumpstart the sport. He says they can't wait to Spence and Wilder fight near the end of the year. He said they can't wait all the way up until the Spence fight and then the Wilder fight near the end of the year. He says, my thoughts. in World Combat Sports. Let me know if you want a link. If you want a link to jump on the panel, you know, you're welcome to jump on the panel. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the comment section just in case you do want to jump on. You know, because I'll actually like to hear what you got to say on a lot of this stuff that we talking about also. And like I said, you're welcome to jump on the panel. I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. So there's the link in the comment section. But to answer your question real quick, yeah, man, I'm gonna just answer it real quick and then we can get back on that. That's the thing that I was asking myself. It's like it looked like that Top Rank, you know, they're ahead of the game. You know, they're ahead of the game. Everybody knows you gotta start somewhere. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody knows you gotta start somewhere, right? Gotta start somewhere. Top Rank is ahead of the game right now because of the fact that they already started. You know, people saying, "Oh, well, they're not the top big fights," but they started. They started, and they're the only one that's given us any type of fights. So, you know, big shout out to Top Rank, and it's like everybody else is behind. PBC is behind right now. You know, I don't even think the zone is even going to be a factor. The zone is not going to be a factor anymore. But PBC is behind the ball right now. You know, they don't even have any fight dates really planned. You know, we already know that Spence and Garcia, they're going to fight, but when are they going to fight? We know Tyson Fury and Wilder, but I mean, that's ESPN too. ESPN got a deal in that too, you know? So, yeah, man, I think that PBC, you know, need to hurry up and they need to do something real quick. They need to hurry up and they need to, you know, they need to come with it real quick. So that's what I'm gonna say, and we can get into that, you know, a little bit more. Sport Advantage says ESPN most athletic list. He says Wilder ranks ahead of Fury and AJ. Let me see. Loyal to the game boxing talk. What's going down with it? He says, till this day. Ronald Finkley, I think I read that one. G. May says, Wilder been protesting by supporting his own since day one. That's real shit. That G. Mays, that's real talk. But I'm not gonna block him, you know, nothing like that right now, because he ain't, you know what I'm saying, he ain't went overboard or got, you know, extra disrespectful or nothing like that. Ralph Estrada says, I disagree right now. He says, but the future is bright if he keeps his head on straight. He said, I don't see anyone beat him at 147 or 154. I think I missed, y'all must be talking in the comments among each other. I think I missed that one. Ron Finkley says, Tank a beast on people showing up to his fights. Yeah. Tank put asses in the seats. He do that. AJ's not second. He says, not the same fighter he was. I wouldn't say AJ's not the same fighter he was. I don't think AJ was ever the fighter that everybody was trying to, you know what I'm saying, build him up or hype him up to be. But he's solid. He's solid. But I don't think that he was as good to begin with. You dig what I'm saying? As everybody tried to hype him up to be. Ronald Finkley says Errol Spence is the top dog defending. He says, depending on who he fights, Errol Spence is the top dog. Dom Reek says Fury, Canelo, Errol Spence, as far as the faces of boxing. I can't disagree with that, but you got to put Wilder in there. You cannot not put Wilder in there. Gary says, I ain't reading that, man. Let me see. Hey, Gary, we talking boxing here, okay? We not finna go back and forth. We not doing that. You dig what I'm saying? Stick to the topic. Ronald Finkley off in the building. What's good with it, Ronald?
How you doing today? Everything boxing?
Oh man, we good. You know how we do.
Yeah, man. I just want to let you know I appreciate your channel. I like the way you come at the angles you come at, like when you kind of like represent like the whole state of like everything boxing. Like you really do bring it to me from a different point of view as far as like how you break down what you see. and I appreciate that, man. I just wanted to hop on and let you know that, man.
I appreciate the support, Ronald. I appreciate the support, my dude.
I only saw the first fight this weekend. You only saw the first fight between I think his name was Corabella versus Shakur? No, the first fight Corabella versus what's that dude he was fighting? Well, I only saw the first fight this week. I'm kind of mad about that. Y'all had to go and work that night. Shit.
See, I watched and let me rinse you up, my guy. See, I only watched I watched a few of the fights on Tuesday, right? But on Thursday, the only fight that I watched so far, so I really don't even want to know who won the main event because I'm gonna watch it tonight for sure. But the only fight that I watched is the Adam Lopez fight. What's the money? Who was the guy that Adam Lopez fought?
Adam Lopez fought. Damn.
What's dude's name? And salute to Denise Ward off in the chat.
Salute to the Queen Denise Ward. You know what? That was Adam Lopez. He went up against Robert Garcia. That was Robert Garcia and Buddy McGirt. Damn, what was the dude's name?
I can't even look at my boxing thing because I have the list, but I can't even look at it because I might get cut off. But like, yeah, that was a good fight. I heard.
I'm gonna rent you up. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Luis Correa, bro. Luis Correa. That's what it was. Luis Correa.
Oh, yeah, Luis. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually caught a little bit of that. Was that the fight where he was pressuring the hell out of Lopez?
Yeah, pressuring the shit out of him, man. Man, if you look at the fight, if you look at I had Lopez winning, but if you look at the fight and you look at motherfucking Lopez's face, you'll thought Correa beat the shit out of him. Exactly.
Yeah, I think I stopped watching like the 10th round, Morning Brown TV. Salute, bro.
Oh, what's going down, family?
Oh man, you know me. I'm just trying to catch up. I see everything boxing on. I just had to pop in and show my respect, bro.
And like I said, I appreciate the support, my dude. I appreciate the support, and I rinsed you up also too. So
I'll be chill. I'll be chill, yo.
Yeah, yeah. So man, I like I said, I'm still looking forward to seeing that main event. I ain't seen it yet. I don't even know who won, like I said, but yeah, I mean, ESPN, they're ahead of the game right now. They, top rank. They're giving us fights every Tuesday and every Thursday. They giving us boxing, so we can't complain about it because at least they giving us something.
Yeah, I agree. I think Bob Ben had those things in place, and like I said, the fight though that we missed out on was Michaela Myers and Helen Joseph. That was one hell of a fight for the females, bro.
She got COVID, huh?
Yeah, but the thing is, it was false, bro. Like she was really good to go. She had did another test where the doctor came back and said she was clear, bro. She ain't even had a shit. She was pissed off too.
So what's that all about? See, that's some funny shit. How can they tell her that Michaela made her? And I thought it was funny, something funny when she was talking about that shit. She's like, I'm perfectly fine. How can they tell her that she got COVID-19 and then she gets and then all of a sudden after the fact, after she can't fight no more, oh, you don't have it.
Because she went and got her own test done after. And
so what's up with that?
That was crazy.
You know what's up with that everything boxing is the same thing. I seen a chick on Instagram. She was explaining it. She went to the doctor's office and he automatically didn't even check her and said she had COVID.
Yeah, that's they doing that, and I know why they doing that. We could talk. That's a whole different story, but that's some bullshit. She
said they supposed to gave her a second test and never gave it to her or some shit. Like, I feel like that was fucked up though. On that part and on Helen Johnson part, woman come all the way from Ghana to come over here to fight, work your ass off. You know what I'm saying? And they strip you of your shit. So I feel like
I picked her too, yo. I picked that Ghana chick, yo.
Yeah, she's how
she could have beat Michaela.
No, I had Michaela winning, but she go test it though. Like Helen Joseph, her ass, what she did to Persoon, she went out there and Persoon was a former champ, so she went out there and pressured her ass. So she was gonna bring it though, but I still think Michaela was gonna pull that shit off because of the length. And Michaela got power. She was gonna run into some shit.
I know you know, Moni. Like I haven't really watched Michaela, but I was just looking at how they looked on the screen. I would just pick with my heart, yo. That's how I do it. I don't give a fuck. I just pick what I think.
I seen her fight twice live, and she's solid. Michaela's solid, She's not on no Clarissa Shields level, nothing like that, but she's solid, she's solid. And my boy Ralph, he says, anybody seen that boxing documentary on Showtime called Ringside? Is that the one I know it's one coming on tonight that Adrian Broner was promoting on his Instagram. I haven't seen it yet though. I know it's one coming on tonight. What's the name of that one that's coming on tonight? Money. Are you familiar with that on Showtime?
I ain't even hip, so I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to look into it myself.
Watch. Let me look it. You go ahead and I'm gonna look it up real quick.
But yeah, though, man. I was kind of pissed off about that situation though, with the Michaela Myers shit though. But what else? Oh, but can't say you didn't even see the fight though, the main event. You got to check that deal out because it was. I ain't gonna talk about it too much, but sometimes that boy Jesse Magdaleno, he like I thought he tried to comp out a little bit. I thought he tried to comp out, and I wish my dude from fucking Namibia could have got that fight with his ass because he was gonna make his name off of Jesse Magdaleno ass, and hopefully he could still probably make that happen. He supposed to fought Jesse Magdaleno on the SHAKUR undercard when he supposed to fight Mariago, and they called it off when the COVID shit first started hitting and taking everything away and things like that. So that was some bullshit. But I'm looking forward, man. All right. But I think when you was talking about PBC not having a card coming up, I think PBC do got a card coming up at the end of June, if I'm not mistaken.
You do? Well, do you know who fighting on it?
Shit, let me check because I remember seeing somebody was talking about that shit.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything about PBC having nothing coming up. Shit, I haven't heard nothing. I mean, and all these fighters, like, what are they doing? That just shows you Bob Arum. He on this shit right now, money. We got
everything boxing. Can I say something right now? The thing is that ESPN got the first wave, and then it's gonna be like a whole like Fox type situation, like for a month. It's like they doing it like spatacorically or some shit. I'm gonna call that. They just doing it like ESPN. Then it's gonna probably be Fox, or then it's gonna be PBC. That's what I got out of it. They're gonna like let them ESPN do their thing, and then Fox gonna do their thing, and then PBC gonna do their thing. That's what I got out of it when I saw a certain article.
Right. But so I keep calling him Al Heyman. What Bob Arum said, right? He said that he's looking to have. He said he's gonna have a card, right? Every Tuesday and Thursday, all the way up until he said maybe mid-August. You dig what I'm saying? He said all the way up until maybe mid-August. But see, the thing, what I was saying about him just being so far ahead of everybody right now, he's already, he's already sold up a venue to have these fights at, and he got everything organized. He already got that, and that's a big thing, getting a venue to where you could just basically lock down the venue to have it every Tuesday and Thursday. That's not something that's easy to do.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right about that, yo. So is Terrence Crawford actually fighting somebody? I think I heard something today about that. Is he actually fighting somebody in July or something?
The last thing I heard on Terrence Crawford, right, is they're really, really in deep discussions on getting Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao overseas.
Yeah, that's what I kind of heard too.
What you hear about that, money?
Yeah, I heard about they supposed to be in deep discussion to make it happen, but I believe that when I see it, you know what I'm saying? I want to see Bob go get what he worked. Like I said, if they pull that out, I won't be pissed off at it. I feel like Bud do deserve the Manny Pacquiao fight, plus the Ben had to fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be the fight that can give his ass a spark. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the fight that can give him a spark that he needs. And he gotta go out there, he gotta perform and really dominate that bitch and show that he is who we say he is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be the fight that gonna give him the credibility to say, okay, now you want this with Errol Spence, you get it. You know what I'm saying? You talking about you want 50-50, shit like that. You come to the table with 2 belts coming off a pay-per-view fight with Manny Pacquiao, and you went in there and did Manny Pacquiao some type of way after he did Keith Thurman like that. then you made your name. You know what I'm saying? Especially at 147. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, they always say they in discussion with this, that, and the third. But until they say that bitch signed, sealed, and delivered, and I said press conference, that's when I really believe that him and fucking Bud really going down.
Right, right.
We know how Bob Earn ought to play on people intelligence and shit, but he is one of the best doing it.
Right, exactly. So so to answer the question, what Ralph said, so I guess it came on last night, everybody. It's called and I saw the preview. Basically it's about, you know, these kids that's growing up in the streets, and it's a docu-series, you know, they trying to, you know, become fighters. It's like some real raw docu-series from what I see, you know, the when I saw the preview. So I guess it came on last night. It come on Fridays from what I see. It's on Showtime. It's called Boxing. Let me see. What is it called? Ringside. It's called Ringside.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people don't even have Showtime no more. I still got Showtime because I got all of
that shit. Yeah, I got rid of that shit too.
Yeah, most people cancel Showtime. But you know, moving along. So another thing I wanted to get into, right? I want to talk about, you know, Errol Spence. Let's talk about Errol Spence Jr. and him not being able to spar. Okay, he said, EJ said that he's not going to be able to spar. And salute to Leon Robinson. EJ said that he's not going to be able to spar. Salute to the Jab Jamboree. Salute to it. And Matthew Valentine.
Bro, act Richard 45, man. Act, bang the gavel, bro.
Where Act at? I ain't see
the Jab Jamboree.
Oh, okay, yeah. He changed.
Smacking that gavel, bro. You be smacking that gavel hard, yo.
Yeah. So you know, this is a big thing, right? Danny Garcia ain't no fucking pushover. Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody know I've had my things that I've said about Danny Garcia, but at the end of the day, Danny Garcia is one of the top welterweights by far. He ain't no pushover, and we ain't never seen nobody get in the ring and just beat the shit out of Danny Garcia.
He's just like Sean Porter. They solid 147 pounders, bro.
Solid.
They real about that shit.
Solid, and he we've seen him take some L's, right? We've seen him take a couple L's, but
he don't lose like in dramatic fashion, though.
Yeah, it was close, especially to me. He hurt Sean Porter a few times, and that's Sean Porter. That's how I knew Sean Porter had a hell of a chin, because Danny Garcia hurt him a few times, and he gave Sean Porter a very close fight. To me, this is my opinion. I thought the Sean Porter Danny Garcia fight was closer than the Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman just basically clearly outboxed him, you know. But that's just my opinion. But what I'm getting to is Errol Spence say that he probably won't be sparring because he still have the post in his mouth from getting his, you know, his grill replaced, his teeth replaced. Really? So he says that he not gonna be able to spar till maybe mid-August to sometime in September. So he says he might not even be able to spar until September. He working, he doing everything. He said he got his weight on. He on weight right now. He eating right. He in shape, but he's not able to spar maybe as far out, you know, as September. So my question is, do you think that him not being able to spar until September, maybe, right? And then if he got to turn around and fight in late October or, you know, early November or somewhere around along those lines, right? What they looking at, right? And he got to turn around and have a big mega fight against Danny Garcia, and you had to go damn near a year, right? Shit, over a year. Because the last time his training camp ended in September, right? So you didn't have to go a year. Let's just say a year, right? If he goes to September, you didn't have to go a year without any sparring, any physical combat, right? Right? Yep. And you know that sparring is a big part of getting sharp, just getting back into it. You know, you need to spar. So I'm asking. I'm not saying that it's going to affect him, but I'm asking, do y'all think that him not being able to spar, honestly, I want y'all honest opinion, do y'all think that's going to affect him in any type of way, stepping in the ring with a top welterweight like Danny Garcia?
You want to go first, Money Brown?
I ain't gonna say go affect me. I feel like you'll have ring rust anyway once you step inside the ring. But I feel like you know, Earl got his sparring partner set up. It ain't like he going out looking for sparring partners. The sparring partners is who they are and they top notch. So I feel like he gonna have the right amount of time to get ready for the fight. Like you're not gonna be all the way ready, no way, because of the time you've been out of the ring. So the ring rust go play a big part. But sparring with big, strong, physical motherfuckers like Burley Brooks and Adrian Taylor, and we don't know if Charlie will come in and help him out or not like that. I think sparring with them, even if it's for a month, it's gonna have him ready. You know what I mean? Errol Spence being who he is, just getting the weight down is his main problem. Staying in shape, I ain't gonna say his main problem. That's his main priority. Keeping the weight down at 160 when it comes time to make weight. Now going over and watching, seeing what the game plan is, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what it is with Derrick James. And looking at Danny, we look at Danny, we know Danny, like, this ain't no knock on Danny. He is a hell of a fighter and shit like that. Very credible and things like that. But it ain't like you got to go looking for Danny. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you got to go hunt this motherfucker down, or you got to look out because he a switcher or he fit a move around the ring and you got to hunt him down. No.
Exactly.
It's going to be what you're going up against a sparring. Big, physical, tough-ass sparring, because Danny needs you to be right there for him to be successful. So it's going to be physical now. Mimicking Danny Garcia's styles and his angles might be different, but going up and down, getting ready, taking a punch to the face. The only thing Errol Spence got to do is get punched in the face, bro. That's his main focus, is to make sure I can take these punches to the face. Not discredit Danny Garcia's skill set, because everybody do what they do good, and to become a 2-division world champion, you know what I mean? You gotta know what the fuck you're doing in the ring. So not discrediting his skill set. But I think once he get into the ring and he get punched in the face and get going, I think a month of sparring will be A-okay for him. Now, when you get back in the ring, it's going to be a different story, because the fight is the fight. You know what I'm saying? And once you get adjusted, you get adapted, I think Earl is good enough to make those adjustments in the ring, fighting somebody like a Danny Garcia. Now, if it was a bullet, you got to get in there and try to mimic this motherfucker with the moving around the ring and, you know what I'm saying, the switch styles and this, that, and the third, it'd probably be a little different. But with Danny, bro, being the style of being that he fight at one style, being Danny Garcia, trying to catch and shoot on your motherfucking ass most of the time, I think Earl will be A-okay, bro. Know what I'm saying? Now, he still might have a little ring rust getting into the ring with Danny Garcia, being out the ring like that. But Danny ain't got no special effects or shit like that to where he got to go and damn, I this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he should be all right, bro. With a strong month of sparring, bro, and Earl being as talented as he is, he should be all right, bro. He should be able to adapt, learn how to take the punches to the face, because that's the main thing, just getting punched in the face to make sure I can take this shit again. You know what I'm saying? And once he get hit by Burley Brooks or Adrian Taylor, them big motherfuckers, he go see. You know what I'm saying? So I think it should be A-okay. In my opinion, it should be A-okay.
And salute to the king, Blue Blood Sports TV. If y'all not subscribed to Blue Blood, I don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you. You subscribe to Blue Blood already.
Black media is real, yo. Real talk.
Blue Blood, bro. Salute to Blue Blood.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Money Brown, I'm gonna try to follow that up, yo. Everything you said was golden, yo. You are definitely a boxing connoisseur. I feel you on that, yo. Like I look at it like this, like Errol Spence is exactly doing what he want to do, as far as like he's taking a slow process of healing his whole entire body, meaning his mouth. And I get that, but I feel like his muscle memory, he don't need sparring at this point in time. Like when it's time to spar, he's gonna have the muscle memory to like do what he want to do. I think he's just protecting his whole situation with his mouth to not make him lose a fight. And man, everything you said, Moni, was on point, yo. So I can't even follow that up, because I'm still ingesting all of the good things you talked about, the angles and, you know, how Danny Garcia can't move around as much. So he's not really a threat to Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is going to neutralize him, yo. It's all about the body work to me when it comes to fighting Danny Garcia. But I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. You see what I'm saying? Everything boxing, I feel like it's a 50-50 fight at this point.
So my take on it, right? My take on it is knowing what we all know about Errol Spence going into the going into the Mikey Garcia fight and the Sean Porter fight. We already know he said it himself, he was very, very overweight in those training camps. Yeah, he did spar, he was sparring, but those training camps he was having to focus on dropping weight even up until fight day. You see what I'm saying? So we know that he was drained. We know that he was probably maybe 70% of his best, if that. So me knowing that, right? Me knowing that, and if I'm looking at him going into a training camp, right? Even if he's not able to spar, right? Going into the beginning of his training camp already on weight, already, and he don't have to focus on just killing his body to focus on making weight, to where he could focus on conditioning, strength and conditioning, right? Where he can be strong again, like we were seeing him, before the Mikey Garcia fight, where he could be strong again. He could, focus on, everything else that his technique and just everything else, sharpening up. So if, like Money said, if he gets a month to where he could go in there and spar already in shape, already on weight, I don't think that's going to affect him. I don't think it'll affect him, because I think, a month, 4 weeks of sparring or whatnot is enough, but I think it will affect him if he's not on weight, and he has to focus on, all of that, and focus on trying to make weight at the same time.
Well, I heard Errol Spence is kind of on weight already. Like, I think he's like 150, right?
Exactly. Well, he said the last I heard is I think, what did he say, like 158 or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, like
okay.
160. I think he said 160 though.
Okay,
shit, that's good for 147. That's good for 147 though.
Yeah, I mean, and we
Mikey Garcia ballooned up to 173. Mikey Garcia ballooned up to 173 at one point before a fight.
Yeah, that's way too big for him. That's way too. And Mikey Garcia, like, I've met Mikey Garcia, hell of a cool dude, hella down to earth, but he's very small. So for him to be 170, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. To go back, can I go back to this point? I think you were saying something. You were saying something about what did you say? You know what? I can't remember. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't remember right now.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, man, I don't think that'll affect him. But like I said, it will affect him if he's let his weight slip up, and but from what I'm hearing from him now, in the shape that he's in now, I don't think it's gonna affect him. Do any of us really know? No, we don't. But that's my opinion. It could affect him. I don't know. It could affect him not being able to, have no combat, man-to-man action in a year. That could very well affect him, but I don't think that it will, because like Money Brown was saying, or one of y'all was saying about muscle memory and all of that. Yeah.
Everything boxing. I got it now. Okay. Errol Spence was 70% against Mikey Garcia. I feel like that when what's his name when Danny Garcia fought Red Cash, I felt like Danny Garcia was like 60%. Like, to me, that's why I consider it a 50-50 fight, because Danny Garcia was out the ring so long. And now we got Earl out the ring so long. So to me, it makes for a really intriguing fight to see who's actually more, physically fit to like perform at a high level. You see what I'm saying? So this is gonna be a super fight, because Danny got feet problem, of course, and his skills was there though. When he fought Red Cash, I saw all of Danny's skills, yo. He broke him down like it wasn't shit, bro. To me, when I watched it, tell me I'm lying, yo.
Well, I'm gonna say
you 100% right, but that's Ivan Red Catch though.
Right. I'm talking about with Danny Garcia though, bro. Like, he showed me he turned into a full-fledged welterweight in the Sean Porter fight. So Errol Spence gonna have a Floyd Mayweather effect, bro. Whenever he fit to fight anybody that fight him, they understand what Earl is. They understand the recognition that Earl gonna get off a beat now. I mean, they know that Earl is, like we say, Earl is growing to be the face. To me, he's going to be the face of boxing, bro. As long as everything the same, that's why every time you fight a fighter, Errol can fight you, bro, and his recognition just blow up. And I think fighters understand that because they see how his fan base is growing. Now with Danny Garcia in the Sean Porter fight, Sean didn't really move him around the ring, and we know how Sean like try to rough him motherfucker up and things like that.
Yeah.
That's why Sean and Danny was a full-fledged welterweight at that point. Now Sean was more busy than him, and Danny was landing the cleaner shots. But when I seen like Danny standing his ground, like nigga, you're not gonna move me. I said, okay, Danny grew into a full-fledged welterweight now. Danny gonna be on this shit against Errol, just like Sean was on this shit, just like Mikey was on this shit. Everybody gonna be in the best of shape fighting Errol Spence because they know the effect that's going to happen once Errol beat him. They know it's going to take Errol to a different level, regardless who it is. Now Errol going here and stun on Danny Garcia and get his ass done coming off a car crash, bro. You know what that's gonna do for his recognition? We know we gonna hear the hate and all that shit. Oh, he was supposed to be Danny, this, that. But us true motherfuckers know Danny is a threat against anybody, especially with that motherfucking hook. Danny can punch his ass off.
You know what though? I feel Monty Brown. You know what though? I feel like Danny doesn't take training camp serious anymore. In the last year, I just noticed he in training camp right now.
Well, he's out of shape. Like the last time,
he out of shape. I've seen him. Yeah,
he looked like he was like 190.
Yeah, but this fight against Errol,
he pudgy motherfucker. He pudgy as fuck right now.
He go, trust me, this fight against Errol, that's because they ain't in the situation right now. I don't think he 190 though, but I know he was
He's
up
there though. He up there, bro.
Trust and believe that motherfucker coming. He gonna be the best Danny Garcia on fight night against Errol Spence. But things with Danny though, bro, like if he start being first in the ring and stop trying to wait on the counter shot, his ass be having success. Even in the Sean Porter fight, when he was being first, he was having success. Keith Thurman being first, having success. When he was going forward on red catch and the motherfucker he knocked out boy Adrian Granados, when he was going out there and letting his hands go. So he dangerous, bro. So when Keon say
Danny tough, yo. I ain't gonna take that away from you. Danny tough as fuck, yo.
That's why I say Earl gonna have a little ring rust early on. You know what I'm saying? But I think once he start heating up, he gonna start tagging Danny ass. But I see Danny winning a few rounds. I see it going 12, Earl 8-4, 9-3 in my opinion. But then he gonna have some little success in the ring though. But like I say, once Earl start heating up and that shit just come back to him, he turned back to the same Errol Spence, and that's when Danny and like I said, I want to see how Danny take the body work of Errol Spence, bro. That's what's gonna be a main factor.
You know what? And that's where the reach come in play because you know Earl liked to like go to the body. He liked to like hit you in those spots. Like, and if Danny can cover up and avoid that while he got his high guard up, because he's gonna have his high guard up on Errol Spence. But like I just see like Earl just having a reach on him too, also. And like I said, the muscle memory. If he have the muscle memory to like go in and like keep Danny at bay and make Danny not come forward, it's gonna be an easy night.
Right. Like I said, Danny Garcia, he showed me something. I was impressed in the fight with. I was very impressed in the fight with Sean Porter. He caught Sean Porter with some big shots. And he gave Sean Porter a fit. You know, that's a fight, the Sean Porter Danny Garcia fight. That's a fight that I don't really hear too many people talk about, that people slept on. But that was a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight right there. Shit, on a lot of parts of that fight, you could compare it to the Spence and Sean Porter fight. That was an exciting fight. But man, I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight between EJ and Danny Garcia. I think that the style matchup between those two is gonna make for a war. You know, it's gonna make for a war but I think that Danny Garcia's style is tailor-made for Errol Spence. You know, he don't really like y'all said, Danny Garcia, he don't really move his feet too well. He's a counter puncher that will, you know, he stands in the pocket and he gonna, you know, look to bang.
Earl will follow you around the ring. I'm gonna watch that Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia fight because it vaguely skips my memory, bro.
Yeah, it's a fight that a lot of people really slept on, and it was a hell of a fight. But I just think that Errol Spence is. I think that the Danny Garcia Errol Spence fight is going to be one of the best fights for fans to watch. Action packed. Because we know both of them gonna come to fight. We know that Danny Garcia's chin, he got a hell of a chin. But he ain't never really fought nobody that could go to the body like EJ. You know what I'm saying? When Errol started touching that body and breaking him down and on him, you know, and on him and not giving him no breathing room.
We see what Mikey did. We see what Mikey did. Mikey like just shelled up.
Yeah. So how is Danny Garcia going to respond to that pressure? Because we all know that Danny Garcia is usually the one that's putting that pressure on. Even if you go back and look at the Sean Porter fight, Danny Garcia was the one that was bringing the pressure to Sean Porter, and Sean Porter was basically on his back foot trying to box more. You know, that's the game plan that he used against Danny Garcia, because he knew that he couldn't really stand there and just bang. So he started, you know, using his footwork and trying to outbox Danny Garcia. And that's how he was ultimately able to win the fight. And you know, he was a lot more active. That's another thing with Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia at times is not that active, and he starts slow. We already know Errol Spence is active. He's active from round 1 to round 12. You know what I'm saying? However you want it is how he's gonna bring it. So,
everything boxing. He got so much. Sean Porter has so much experience. He kind of reminded me of Lore with his resume. His resume is ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't take nothing away from Sean Porter. You name him, he's fought him. You dig what I'm saying? You name him, Sean Porter has fought him. So we can't. So you know, Sean Porter is seasoned. He's been in there with everybody. You name him, he's fought him. My boy Matthew Valentine, I did see your comment. Matthew Valentine says that PBC will be back with boxing in July. I did hear about that. I just didn't, you know, I have forgot to tell you the truth.
So it's not Fox Sports. It's not Fox Sports first. It's PBC.
PBC Fox Sports. They is with Fox Sports.
Okay, yeah, PBC Fox Sports.
Yeah, they're in the same building. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He said back in July. I don't know any of the fights that they got planned. I haven't heard of any of the fights. You heard of any of the fights they got planned, Money?
Yeah, I seen it, man. I seen the thing, but I gotta find it. I know I seen some on Showtime as well. But like I said, I seen it. I seen PBC and I seen Showtime. And I did see July though. I did see July, but I think I seen something at the end of June, like the 30th, I think. But I don't want to just be speaking and not have the true facts. But I know I seen they ass coming back with something though. It wasn't that big time.
Yeah. And let me see. Ralph Estrada says, well, Blue Blood TV says, salute to the Kings. I'm listening to y'all cooking, eating. We appreciate that, Blue Blood. Blue Blood, the king of this shit.
Everything boxing. I appreciate you having me on the panel. I just wanted to come and chime in, man, because I really do appreciate what you do every day, man. You like bring us something from a different angle that we can appreciate in America, bro. And that's the way I look at it. And it's worldwide too. So I appreciate what you do, and I respect all the people that come on your channel. I just wanted to chime in and say, what's up, man? Respect. And I'm out.
Okay. Appreciate you, Ronald Finkley. Respect.
Peace, Money Brown TV. Salute.
What's up, okay.
So, let me see. Lowland Profits in the building. Salute. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you can. Okay, baby. Let me see. Let me try to get through some of y'all comments, and then we gonna cook on the next topic. Let me see. Sporting Advantage says, watching Porter versus Garcia showed me a lot for the Spence fight. He says at one point landed 5 punches for an entire round. Yeah, he's not that active, but he could fight. Matthew Valentine says PBC Fox, yeah. He also said it's gonna be a welterweight fight when they come back. Let me see what else. Who else I missed in here? Ty Swindle off in the building. What's good with it? My dude Ty Swindle, he says, for EJ, he says the jab is the key. He says if his jab is on, it will be a very easy night. And that's that. Ty Swindle, you right. If EJ's sticking that jab like he was doing in the fight, you know, his jab was real crisp. If you go to the fight with Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia too. But you know, I ain't gonna throw Mikey because then they'd be like, oh well, Mikey was small. But go back to the Kell Brook fight and look how crisp EJ's jab was. That's what broke his motherfucking eye socket is that jab.
Exactly.
Ralph Estrada says, win, lose, or draw, Danny Garcia gonna have a hell of a resume. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I mean, you know, especially when he get this Errol Spence fight. But like I said, I just, you know, to my final thought on that fight. My final thought on that fight is what I'm gonna stick to is that I think that Danny Garcia's style is tailor-made for Errol Spence, but I think it's gonna be a hell of a fanfare fight. I think it's gonna be a very exciting fight for the fans because neither one gonna back down. But ultimately, I think that, you know, Errol Spence will win this fight by decision. I don't see him knocking out Danny Garcia just because of the fact is, like I always say, you can't put that jacket on somebody that's never been knocked out before. When, you know, a fighter gonna show you who he is. And Danny Garcia is not a fighter that's gonna lay down, you know what I'm saying, and quit or get knocked out. And salute to the brother Wookie Woo off in the building. And go ahead. What's your final thoughts on that topic?
My final thoughts on it is it's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. Like I say, Danny going up against Earl, he gonna want to prove something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he is gonna be on this little shit. He gonna come and try to do what he gotta do, but at the same time, Earl want to make a statement as well. You know what I'm saying? Earl want to make a statement as well, and I believe he gonna make that statement. I think he gonna come back. You know, the fight supposed to happen in January, so it ain't like they don't know Danny. Like, they got a game plan for his ass already. You know what I mean? Earl been watching these boys for a while. Danny, Sean, Keith, he been watching these boys for a while, so he already know what's going on with him. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Like I say, that might be the biggest fight that we all get if Fury and Wilder don't happen. So everybody and their mama gonna be watching that fight, and we gonna enjoy it. But it's gonna put Earl right back on the big stage, and it's gonna boost his popularity even more. I mean, it's gonna boost his popularity even more. And cats need to get Earl more respect for coming back facing somebody like Danny Garcia right off an injury, coming off of that shit. You know what I mean? Like he told Keith, and like he told the WBC. Y'all can keep all that you can get a tune-up ass shit for keeping this get back here and things like that. So just respect the Earl, man. Salute to him for coming back, giving us the best versus the best. And we'll see them in maybe fucking October or November. Yeah, Jamal James versus possibly Thomas Delorme, right? Dominican. Matthew Valentine. I thought it was Thomas Delorme versus Jamal James. I think that's the fight. Keon.
Okay. But you okay, yeah. I'm waiting to see PBC come back. But low key though, money, low key. And I done been to a lot of their live events, okay? Top Rank, you know what I'm saying? I'm you know, Top Rank, we gotta admit, Top Rank, right? Low key, they put on some hell of they matchmakers is hell of a matchmakers, because even if it's guys that we really not familiar with, we like, man, who the fuck is these trash fights? And you watch them and they be action-packed fights. They very rarely put on boring fights. That's one thing about because the zone, man, that shit that they were putting on over there a lot of times, a lot of that shit will put you to sleep. Top Rank don't do that. That's one thing I do notice about Top Rank, you know, even going to their live, you know, events. Even if you're not familiar with it and you think it's like, who the fuck are these dudes? They turn out to be hell of a fights. You notice that about Top Rank?
Look, I always get credit where credit is due, bro. Top Rank, like I say, he got a lot of, you know, styles make fights, and he got a lot of bangers over there. You know what I mean, with them Russian motherfuckers, and just the style of fighting that they be having over there with the certain European style fighters and shit. So I always get credit where credit is due, and if it's a good fucking fight, we gonna enjoy it. Just like the Lopez and the Korea fight was a hell of a fight. Like even the SHAKUR card, the you know what I mean, had great matchmaking on there. Yeah, like they had good matchmaking on there with them boys was banging. You know what I'm saying? I say, listen, I told that to the dude while I was streaming the fight. He talking about, oh man, I say, man, listen, bro, these are good ass fights. We enjoying this shit from the heavyweights on down. You know what I'm saying? So Most definitely. Then we ain't get boxed in a while too. So, like I say, one thing about Bob, man, he been doing this shit for too fucking long to not knowing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we can criticize him on certain shit, but like I said, I get credit where credit is due. If it's a good fucking fight and we enjoying that bitch and there's blood, sweat, and tears in the ring, we can't do nothing but applaud that shit. And that's one thing I'm gonna always do is applaud great competition when I see it. So yeah, it was a great fight, bro. Like Thomas DeLorme and Jamal James gonna be a hell of a fight. I got the interview with Thomas DeLorme. So
yeah.
Great fights is great fights, bro. And we can't deny it. We can't deny it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. You know, a lot of I guess they call casual fans. You know what I'm saying? They'll look and they don't know who it is. They don't want to watch it. Watch these fights. Because even if you don't know who they are, a lot of these fights is great fights. And one thing about Top Rank, they got great matchmakers. They know what, they know who to put in the ring with who that's going to be, great fights for the fans to watch. So let me get through a couple of these. Let me see if I missed anything. So one thing I want to get into, right, is ain't nobody really been talking about this. Money, ain't nobody really been talking about this too much, right? Now we all know that Shakur Stevenson moved up to 130, right?
Yeah.
We know that Vasyl Lomachenko is really a 130-pound fighter. He fight at 135, but he fights. I think most people will agree that 130 is really his weight class. So what's up with that? What's popping with that fight? What you know what I'm saying? I want to see Shakur Stevenson versus Vasyl Lomachenko next year. I mean, that's a hell of a fight. I mean, both of them guys got all of the skills in the world. They both, I mean, even though Shakur Stevenson is, he's still hella young in the game. But my question is, and I'm gonna let y'all in the comment section answer this question, and I'll read y'all comments, and I'm gonna let Money Brown, get into it, and then I'll get into it myself. But my question is Shakur Stevenson, is he ready right now for Vasyl Lomachenko, and could Shakur Stevenson beat Vasyl Lomachenko? Because a lot of people talk about Devin Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko, right, at 135. And a lot of people see Devin Haney being able to beat Vasyl Lomachenko at 135. Necessarily myself, I'm not necessarily saying that, but a lot of people think that. So, yeah, and like G-May said, hit my like button. And if you're not on YouTube, if you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, Everything Boxing and Sports. And hit my like button. It don't take no time to smash the like button. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit that like button. But like I said, nobody really talking about Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur Stevenson is now a huge factor at 130 pounds. And it's very easy for Vasyl Lomachenko to go to the weight class where a lot of people feel he should be at for a big fight against Shakur Stevenson. It should be hard to make because they both under the Top Rank banner. So, what do y'all think about that fight? Do you think that Shakur Stevenson is ready? And do you think that he can give Vasyl Lomachenko his second L? How y'all feel about that? Go ahead, Money, and then so I'm gonna let Money cook, and then I'll go ahead and we'll just read off the comments and get into y'all comments. Go ahead.
I think Shakur ready for anybody, bro. You know what I mean? I want him to get that Josh Warrington fight bad, though. That's the fight that I want for him. But Shakur's style, bro, I've been looking at Shakur. Like I said, I've been talking about this kid since the Olympics, since he came out. I always said he right up there with the best of them, got the top, the top skills out of everybody. You know what I mean? I feel like Tank is in the driver's seat for the popularity. Devin Haney is one badass motherfucker with skills. But I feel like overall, the kid with the highest ceiling is Shakur Stevenson. I don't know if he'll get the recognition like those two, but I feel like Shakur is ready for anybody, bro. He got the mindset, he got the skill set. He getting better as he go on. He getting stronger, and him and Lomachenko, they sparred. You know what I mean? They had their little thing going on. I'm quite sure Loma knows Shakur something different, but I just want him to. I really wanted him to fucking unify at 126. I really did. But at 130, you know, we got to let Loma do Teofimo because first it's Loma and Tank, now it's Loma and Teofimo, now it's Loma and Shakur. Like Loma don't get a break on shit, and I respect Loma, but we gotta get Loma the respect he deserves too, because he a bad motherfucker too. But you can only fight one person at a time, bro. You can only fight one person at a time. But I ain't taking away though. Once you up there, you got to prove that you are who you are. You got to prove that you are who you are. So I'm looking at Shakur. I really, like I said, I want him to try to push for that Josh Warren to fight. It don't look like he go get it, but I like Shakur and Miguel Burchett, bro. I like that fight, Shakur and Miguel Burchett. I feel like Burchett is the guy to push him. I feel like he the guy to push him. I feel like he the guy to show him that he really hurt. Because Burchett, that's a hard hitting motherfucker. He a hard hitting motherfucker. And I feel like he can welcome you to 130, and you can get your stripes off of him. I want to Tank to get his stripes off of him, but they weren't trying to go that damn route. But I want Shakur to get into that bitch with Miguel Burchett, bro. That's my fight for Shakur Stevenson. If you can't get Josh Warrington, Miguel Burchett. You know what I mean? But him and Loma, hell of a fight, bro. And I do think it can be Loma, but it ain't gonna be no easy task. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no somebody talking about here make Loma look average. Nah, it'd be a hell of a fight. I'm riding with Shakur. But I still got to favor Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Just off what I'm seeing, you know what I mean? Just off what I'm seeing, I still got to favor Lomachenko, but I ride with Shakur 120%.
Okay. Ack Reacher off in the building. What's good with it, Ack?
What's up, man? What's up, man? What's good with both of y'all?
Let everybody know where they could subscribe to you at Ack.
Oh man, it's the Jab Jamboree now. Y'all know I was formerly known as Ack Reacher 45, as y'all see right there, but the page is called the Jab Jamboree. So yeah, y'all check me out. Yeah, we got a lot of dope content up there that I just uploaded and stuff. Talking about what's going on in America, but mostly boxing. So what was y'all building on? Shakur?
Yeah, on the Shakur Loma fight.
Okay. I think that this is a good topic. Me and Monty, we talked about it on his channel, and me and Monty, me and him still debating on who won the sparring session, Devin or Shakur. And we gonna do that, Monty. If you want, we could do that tomorrow because I'm off all day tomorrow. If you want to watch that together, we could do that.
I gotta finish these tests though, so I should be good.
Oh, okay. Nah, don't worry about it, man. That's more important. Yeah.
So I should be ready.
All right. Well, I think that Shakur definitely. One thing I could say that I watched it again. He really is good at controlling the distance, though. He really. I think that's actually probably the best thing that he does. Distance deception, engaging the distance, and that's why he doesn't get hit as much as the average fighter. That's one thing I got to give him too. He's very defensively sound and stuff like that. See, me with Shakur, I got a little bit different perspective. I'm kind of old fashioned. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta kind of see him in the test like T.O. and Devin Haney. What I mean by that is I remember when T.O. fought that Japanese dude Taganage or whatever his name is, the tall one. I need Shakur. I need to see how Shakur do against a tall fighter. I got to see would he still blow the taller fighter out the water, or would he have trouble like Devin? And you allowed to have one bad day with me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold it against you. But I got to see that. After I see that, then we could put him above everybody. But I got to see how he do against a tall fighter, like how they fought. And Devin Haney fought I believe maybe a month or two later, or maybe even before, he fought that Dominican cat, and he was very tall. And Devin Haney, if you remember, he had, you know what I mean? So I got to see, is it this generation that don't know how to handle taller fighters, or is it just them two? So until he fight a taller fighter, I can't really get him because I got to see how you do against everything. Tall, short, medium, your height. I got to see all of that. So until I see Shakur against somebody real tall, you know what I mean? Like that got a few inches on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still say Devin is number one. I'm gonna still go with Devin. You talk about him against Loma?
Yeah, with Loma.
Oh, okay. Oh, he'll beat Loma. He'll beat Loma. I agree with exactly what Monty said. What Monty was saying right before I came on, I agree 100%. It ain't gonna be easy though. Whoever wrote that in the chat, I'm in agreement 100% with Monty. You know what I mean? Because we got to look at it. I ain't even gonna lie, like Monty just said, and he made me even think too on that. Like people is calling Lomachenko name left and right. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not the biggest fan of Lomachenko, but I agree. You got to give that man credit. I'm not even gonna lie. Everybody want him. Everybody. Tank. Ryan, I don't even remember if Ryan ever called him out, but everybody else besides Ryan probably called him out. But I definitely feel it. I definitely feel like, you know, Shakur would definitely win. It wouldn't be easy, like Monty said, but I definitely see him getting the UD. So
okay, and both of y'all both make very, very valid good points. The thing about it is, I'm gonna go back to, you know, something that you said about my boy what's his name? Money.
Hold on.
The boy that you want to see him fight.
Miguel Burchett.
Yeah, Miguel Burchett.
Oh yeah, Burchell. I forgot about commenting on that. I think that's a good fight. Monty, right? That's a good fight. That's actually. He's tall too. He kind of tall. He maybe Shakur height, maybe a little bit taller. You know what I mean? Maybe not. He ain't crazy tall now. I think about it.
Might be a little shorter than, I don't know. I think he might. I think
because he's like 5'9". I believe. I want to believe he's not. He not 5'8". Then he's 5'8".
I think he's like 5'6", 5. I know he's not no taller than 5'8". We can look it up.
Yeah, he ain't taller than 5'8". I'm with you on that. He ain't taller than 5'8".
5'7".
He's 5'7". Okay,
but so 5'7". So you my height.
I've been wanting to see all of these dudes at, you know, 130, 135, whatever. Because Miguel Burchett is a beast. He's an absolute beast. Actually got to see him train before. You know, Miguel Burchett is a fucking beast, right? And you know, he will knock your ass out. You know, he got power. He's a pressure fighter. You know who Miguel Burchett kind of remind me of? He remind me of a Marcos Maidana, but with more skills. Yeah, more skillful for Marcos Maidana. But Miguel Burchett, that's a great fight. Money, him against Shakur Stevenson. You know, I always wanted to see Miguel Burchett versus Tank Davis. I thought that would be a hell of a fight. But the reason I say, and that's another fight, like Money brought up, it's easy to make. It's easy to make a Miguel Burchett versus Shakur Stevenson because they both under the top ranked banner. You know what I'm saying? They both under the top ranked banner. It's a hell of a fight. Another fight that I would love to see. I do give the nod to Shakur Stevenson if we're talking about a Burchett versus Shakur Stevenson, just because of the fact that I think Shakur would use his footwork and his boxing skills, but I don't think he's gonna stand in there and bang with Burchett. But I think that would be a very tough fight for Shakur, a very tough fight. But I think Shakur would be able to, edge that fight out. Now, when we talk about the Shakur Stevenson versus Vasyl Lomachenko, and like y'all said, everybody calling out Vasyl Lomachenko, but everybody that's calling him out, we all know that it's a good chance for them not to be able to fight him, that they're not going to be able to fight him. So with network issues in the politics of boxing, we might not be able to see some of those other guys be able to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. But when we talk about Shakur Stevenson, I brought the topic up because they both on the top rank. We all know that Vasyl Lomachenko can go to 130. That's really where he should be fighting at. A lot of people think anyway. He said it himself, that's his best weight is at 130. So that's a fight that, why not? Why not? If Bob Arum, make that fight, if Vasyl Lomachenko is down for that fight, I don't think that Shakur Stevenson gonna walk away from no smoke. That's a hell of a fight. I don't think it's a action packed fight. For the fans, like a Miguel Brochelt versus Shakur Stevenson would be, just because of the styles. But when it comes into who would win that fight, and everybody know I'm a big Lomachenko fan. Shakur Stevenson, my dude, though. So I'm gonna be pushing for Shakur. I'm a Lomachenko fan too, but I'm gonna be pushing for Shakur. But I don't know, man. That's a hard fight. That's a very hard fight. I think ultimately you can match their skills and feet work up, but I think ultimately it'll come down to to youth and defense. And I think that Shakur Stevenson at this point, his defense is better than Vasyl Lomachenko, and Vasyl Lomachenko is easier to hit than Shakur Stevenson. So I think that Shakur Stevenson would be able to edge that fight out if they fight. So we're talking about next year. We're not talking about right now. By that time, Shakur Stevenson should have, at least one other fight under his belt, and we all know that Shakur Stevenson is getting better and better every time he steps in the ring. Every day that he in that in the gym training, he's getting better and better. Vasyl Lomachenko, I think he might have hit his wall. He not getting no better. We know what we gonna get from Vasyl Lomachenko. So at the end of the day, I'll probably have to give the edge to Shakur Stevenson. But if you ask me to go stand in the betting line and bet on that fight, I'm not gonna bet on that fight unless the odds is just in huge favor, of Shakur Stevenson. It's a 50-50 fight. It's a true 50-50 fight. So, but like I said, I have to give the edge to right now to Shakur Stevenson if they fought next year. Let me get through these comments, y'all. Let me get through some of these comments and see what everybody's saying. Let me see. Todd Swindle says Loma will never fight Stevenson. He says youth and skill is a dangerous combo for Loma. He says at this point in his career. So yeah, basically, he was basically saying some of what I'm saying, Todd Swindle. Andrew Charles off in the building. Salute to you. He says, I agree with Money. Shakur is ready for whoever right now. That's real shit. I agree with that. Let me see. He also says, he said, I can see you. Okay, Ronald Finkley says, I can see you in act talking that boxing shit, Wook. Oh, yeah, I can see that too. Young Wook in act.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I told them that. I told them that in the comment section, man. You welcome, bro. You already know you could come.
For sure. I'll sure be tuning in. D. Hodges says, what's good with you? And he says, salute to LDBC. Let me see. The Jab Jamboree. Oh, okay. They talking to the chat. Let me see. Todd Swindle.
That's me. Everything boxing. That's me.
I'm just going through the. I'm
gonna have to bring you through the channel too. I never had you on there.
I'm already.
I'm gonna have to bring you through there too.
Yeah. You already know. Bring me on. Todd Swindle says it's all he said it all goes back to no one wants to lose. He says everyone wants to keep that hope. He says not like the old days when everyone fought everyone. He says Loma will retire before he fights most of those young lions. That shit might, and you might have you got a very, very very strong point, Todd. And I hope not, but shit, the way the way that these dudes is built now. Shit, that just might be the fact. We might not even ever see the fact, because why didn't we ever get to see Vasyl Lomachenko versus Miguel Brochel. Why? They was both at 130. Why? That's a fight that we should have been able to see. You know, let me see. D Hodges says, "Who's watching UFC? Is it good so far?" I didn't even know UFC had a card on tonight. I check it out. You know, right now when I get out
on every Saturday, don't he?
Huh?
Motherfucker, he got a card on every Saturday, don't he?
Yeah, he do. He really do. You know, Dana White about that bread. He don't. He gonna make you fight.
Ripping them fights the fuck off.
Straight up. Jupiter B off in the building. He says, agree about people nursing the O. He says, but the fans have also changed. He says, fans now, he says, want to crucify fighters after a loss and count people out. That's real talk. And that's why that O really means so much more than what it really should mean. And we are part of that. We part of the reason as fans that, you know, want to crucify these fighters and act like their career done every time they take an L. You know what I'm saying? And if you look back to all of these greats, they had plenty of L's on their records. And the why they had L's on their records is because they fought all of the best. You know what I'm saying? They fought all. When you fight the best, you know, unless you Mayweather or unless you Andre Ward, you know, you gonna take a L. You gonna take a L. Unless you Mayweather or Andre Ward, you gonna take a L. Let me see. Ronald Finkley says GGG is a joke, and Canelo and Loma, he says, I like them, but they not doing the heavy lifting. Man, everybody know how I feel about Triple G. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give a fuck about no Triple G. I lost a lot of respect. This is just my opinion. I lost a lot of respect for Triple G. You know what I'm saying? When he blatantly ducked Jamal Charlo. I'm saying, and said that he wouldn't fight. He came out and straight said he's not fighting no Jamal Charlo. He not fighting no Demetrius Andrade. He said he not fighting none of them guys. You know, Triple G to me, in a lot of cases was a hype job because, and I'm gonna explain why. It's because Triple G, he fought a lot of opponents that was, you know, to me that was C plus opponents. And when Triple G finally did step up and fight somebody, Daniel Jacobs, you know, when he finally did step up and fight Daniel Jacobs, he, you know, arguably lost or a draw. You know what I'm saying? Arguably lost or a draw. But he didn't dominate the fight. It was very close. Then when he fought Canelo, we know what happened. So he ain't never stepped up and beat nobody clearly. He never stepped up and beat none of the fighters that everybody was saying that he was going to run through. He never beat none of them guys clearly. And then everybody else, when it was time for him to fight, and I'm not going to act like I forgot, we had dudes like Peter Quillen and other guys out there, you know, that was ducking him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put Cotto in there because Cotto never should have been no 160-pound fighter. Cotto is a 154, you know, pound fighter, 147 pound fighter. But you know, some of them guys was ducking him. But like I said, when the division got strong and them dudes was calling him out and really wanted to smoke with Triple G, he didn't want to fight them dudes. And then he, you know, his whole career after that was based on whatever Canelo was doing, following Canelo, begging Canelo. Stop begging Canelo and start fighting some of these other dudes that's been calling you out. You can't sit here and tell me, oh, this dude is greater than Marvin Hagler. He's greater than Bernard Hopkins. He's greater than Roy Jones Jr. was at the middleweight division. But you don't want to fight none of these guys that's clearly calling you out. But you begging and crying, you know what I'm saying, basing your whole career off of what Canelo do. Miss me with
we
that.
Bringing him up on charges. Basically, what everything Boxer said is we gotta bring Triple G up on charges.
Straight up. Straight up. So that's how I feel about him, you know. And I know that was kind of off subject, but to, you know, basically Ronald Finkley brought him up, you know, so I had to cook on him a minute. But we gonna move along. Let me see. Mike Oliver off in the building. Former Champion Mike Oliver off in the building. Salute to Mike Oliver. Jupiter B says boxing fans back in the day, he says supported you. He says we can't throw away. He says we can't throw you away after a loss. He says and wonder why they don't risk it. Yeah, he says, you know, basically what he's saying is what I was saying right now a second ago. They try to throw a fighter away soon as they get a loss. As soon as they get a loss, they try to throw a fighter in the trash can. And then, you know what I'm saying, we sit here and wonder why these dudes are so terrified about getting a loss. Because, see, a lot of people don't understand is when you take an L now, it's different. It's hard to get a fucking rematch. You know what I'm saying? It's because these fighters, they don't want to get no rematch, especially if it's a close fight, right? Your fight purse goes down, you know. All of that. So these dudes, they scared to, you know, take a hit with their bread. It's a lot of reasons they scared to take a O. But that O shouldn't mean as much as it does. But I think, you know, Mayweather, you know, talking about the O and it kind of changed the game. You know, I don't want to put it all on him, but you know, it kind of changed the game, you know, with that O. So that's just how I feel about that. Yeah, go ahead. Y'all want to cook on that on anything?
Well, I'm gonna just say I want to bang the gavel on people that think that O defines you personally. I don't agree with that, man. Boxers train very hard, go through a lot mentally, physically, and psychologically for other people's entertainment. And I do respect the people at the other end that are the fans. They have a right to ask for what type of fights that they want to see because they also work, whatever they do, deal with whoever they got to deal with. So I just hope one day, you know what I mean, that we could get like a balance going to where we could give great matches and at the same time the fans are satisfied and not as mad at the boxers, you know. But I do think that, like you said, it's due to the O. And when you like you said, because we in this generation, and like you also said too, you brought up something else good, but you was cooking, you was snapping, so I didn't want to, you know, interrupt you. But you said it's hard to get rematches with guys, you know, when you lose to them and stuff like that. And I think that point right there is very good. You're right. And also sometimes everything boxing, it's not always the person that wins the fight. Sometimes the person that got beat up real bad don't want the rematch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is like, you know what I'm saying, growing up watching boxing in the 80s and you know what I'm saying, 90s and early 2000s and all of that, right? We never thought that in our head, like, oh my God, he lost. When we saw a fighter lose, the next thing that we thought about is the run back. You know what I'm saying? We never thought like, damn, his career, you know what I'm saying, he didn't lost. Now what are you going to do? We never thought, like, I never had that thought coming in my mind at all. You know what I'm saying? Watching dudes like Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, you know, I mean, all of the greats, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, you know, all of the greats coming up. You know what I'm saying? We could name them all night. When I seen them dudes take L's, I didn't hear, you know, we didn't have social media and all of that, but we had ESPN, we had boxing articles, you know what I'm saying? We had boxing articles and boxing magazines that I used to buy and read and all of that, right? And it was never talked about, like, do we think that he should retire, put it up, unless the dude was just hella old and washed up, you know what I'm saying? But it was never a topic that was brought up when a fighter took a O. You know what I'm saying? It didn't define them. It didn't drop their level of how people felt about them at all. It was just like, okay, they fighting the best. When we gonna see the run back? Or who he gonna fight next? So we never, you know what I'm saying? Our minds have been reconditioned as boxing fans. And then we gotta stop and think, like, when did this happen? And the only thing I can think about is Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not shitting on Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't shit on him because I mean he had his O. You know what I'm saying? And he talked about it a lot. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing that he made popular. You know, being undefeated. Before Mayweather, nobody really was talking about, you know, how important it was to be undefeated. That wasn't a topic. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a topic at all, being undefeated. So I think that we as fans and the boxing, you know, whoever, you know, the people that run boxing and just overall, we need to take it back to how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? And if we take it back to how it used to be, when having an O on your record really didn't mean shit, you know what I'm saying? It was just what it is. I think that we'll start getting a lot of these fighters, you know, fighting each other. I think we'll get a lot of these fights that we don't see. And hit my like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit my like button. It don't take no time to hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you watch it from if you're not a subscriber to the channel, go on YouTube and subscribe to Everything Boxing and Sports and hit the like button. But so yeah, that's all I got to say about that. You know, anything y'all want to add?
I say this, man. It like the O did like kind of fucking up the game because we know, man, you can lose. It ain't that you lose, it's how you lose. You know what I'm saying? And we see how even Sean Porter, we can look at Sean Porter right now after Errol Spence. We talking about him fighting Bud because of how good he did in the ring and shit like that. Now, like I say, you gotta get credit where credit is due. You know what I mean, but nowadays these cats look at a loss and they take that shit and they just, oh man, he every time somebody lose, oh he got exposed or this, that, and all that shit. When it was a very competitive fight, they don't look at the fight. They ain't looking for competitive fights no more. They're just looking for one side just to get washed. And then when it is a competitive fight, they don't want to get credit where credit is due. So at the end of the day, bro, I never praised the O. I never been the one to praise the O. You know what I'm saying? I never gave a fuck about the O. You know, so I always been that way. That's why I always got my way of thinking about the fight game, bro. I know a motherfucker that can bounce back or somebody that's skillful as fuck or maybe a round or two lost them the fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, if we can get away from praising the O and get out the Mayweather era and into the Spence era, we'll be A-okay, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And do y'all think that if we could get away from that, right? Do you think that a lot of these fighters would be more eager to, you know, take some of these fights that they might not want to take because they might be 50-50 fights and more eager to give, you know, guys run backs that they might have lost to them or, you know, or they might have beat and it was a close fight?
I do, bro. It depends on, like I said, it's all about the fans, like you say. If motherfuckers see they can take an L and the fans still be behind them, they can still make a payday, we'll get the bigger fights. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you don't want to take the bigger fights until they know the money is worth the risk. Now, like I said, we're looking at motherfucking Lubin now. Lubin is still one of the baddest motherfuckers in the game. Look how he worked his way back up. Now I'm saying J-Rock, he just took an L.
I really like him, man, with Kevin Cunningham. Go ahead, man.
J-Rock took the L to Charlo. He bounced back, became unified world champion, and put on a hell of a show in an exciting fighting against fucking Jared Hurd. Now Jared Hurd fighting his way back to a championship. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about how the fans perceive the fighters, man. But it's mainly on.
Monty, don't forget about Jason Rosario. I was telling people about my Dominican brother.
No
I was
doubt,
telling them he was coming.
But it's just on how perceive the fighters and how the fighters perceive themselves, bro. Like they know they gonna bounce back and have that confidence in their damn self. You know what I mean? It'll be a different story. But I do agree with you. I do feel like if the fans start getting behind these fighters, and it's just on the fighters too, Keon, to take that leap of faith, to say, you know what, man, if I lose, I lose. But I know I put up a hell of an effort, and you'll see you can gain more fans in a loss than with a win. You know what I mean? So it's just up to the fans, man, taking that leap of faith and taking that chance to give us the best fights. Because even if you're going out there losing, if you're giving us the best fights, we take notice to that shit. Like, man, he took an L, but look, nigga, he just fought so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. And he's still coming back to fight this Negro. So he got to get all the respect in the world. And motherfuckers still are tuned in to see you. And if you're going pay-per-view, motherfuckers will pay to see you because they see the heart and the dedication. So it's up to the fighters as well to have faith in their damn self too. You know what I mean? But I do believe if the people start being more accepting to fighters taking the L and not downing them, talking about their bums and all that shit, and not giving them so many obstacles to work their way back to a fucking title, I think people will start taking bigger chances, bro.
Right. Look at UFC for example. Look at the UFC for an example. That's all I gotta say. Is go look at a lot of them top dudes in the UFC and look at their record. Look at how many L's they got. You dig what I'm saying? Look at how many L's them dudes got, and they ain't never counted out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate y'all for joining me on here. Yeah, man. I appreciate everybody everybody in the chat. I appreciate the panel. And anything y'all gotta say before I wrap it up, you go ahead. First, Money.
Man, just much love, man. Another great show. Thank you for having me on, man. To the people in the chat, y'all keep riding with everything boxing, because this is one of the hottest boxing shows that's out there, one of the most unbiased shows that's out there. And sometimes you ain't gonna hear what you want to hear. And you got to deal with the shit, bro. But it's all love at the end of the day. Don't get it to your feelings. Show love. Be respectful. And like I say, you get what you put out, man. But y'all follow me at Bonnie Brown TV on YouTube, at Money_the writer on Instagram, man. We do this for y'all. We cover with bigger things, man. And just much respect, man. Y'all stay tuned and stay supported. Much love, Keon, bro.
Much love. Act Reacher. Go ahead and holler at him.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man, Keon, man. Everything boxing, my OG, man. I've been liking what you've been doing.
My brother Act Rich, it's all love, Act.
Oh yeah, you already know, Monty. You already know, man. I'm gonna need you back on, one of these days too, man. You know what I mean? I'll probably bring you and Keon on the same day. That'd be dope. You know what I mean? Y'all come to my channel. I usually go on Sundays at 3.
Okay, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean tomorrow, because that's when I'm really off, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean, y'all catch me tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? New Week time.
3 Eastern Standard, so that'll be 12 my time. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Appreciate that. And you know what I'm saying? I love what you're doing, brother. I'll be seeing you. Even when I don't see you on YouTube, when I go on Facebook, Key, I'll be seeing you anyway. So it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? So you good. So salute, keep doing your thing. And yeah, man, it's your boy Act Reach. I never steer you wrong. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and the full Berserker clan. And I'm out.
Okay, yeah. And like I said, once again, I see everybody, in the chat. I appreciate everybody for joining in on the show. And you already know how I do. I don't watch reality TV. I watch boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. In anything ain't everything, but around here, everything boxing. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, I'm out.